Respect to all the ancestors from Jamaica and Africa. Live and direct, Shango warrior, no say him the boat jam. Now the mercy, Shango come large, Shango come rough, Shango come we ram up the dance, nuff. Shango come right, Shango come exact, Shango come with culture, I mean not chat slat. Strictly reggae music, I defend to a max. Till something me put up to me head tag. When it come down to lyrics, and me not step back. I'm a reggae activist and I can't be stopped. Spell it out. S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. Oh, S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. Shango come large, Shango come rough, Shango come fi ram up the dance, no. Shango come right, Shango come exact, Shango come with culture, I mean not chat slat. Slackness is a no when I'm man a chat. Cause what goes around, it comes around back. Like spreading rumors on your brethren. When it come back to you, it's a different thing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, in my ears start ring. Fools in at the business, start them talking. Them talk about the Shango like me owe them something. Just shut up on the mouth and hear me teaching. Follow me. S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. What me say? S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. Shango come large, Shango come rough, Shango come fi ram up the dance, nuff. Shango come right, Shango come exact, Shango come with culture, I mean not chat slack. Like lightning and thunder, no comparing. Destroy any fool in not the business. Me no cater to no man, I know what them saying. Cause for me kind of lyrics is well enlightening. Cause I'm on a deal with the Almighty, protected naturally from the devil's seed. Spell it out. S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. Oh, S-H-A-N-G-O, 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 and Shango is my name. What me say? Shango, 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 Shango.
We only have one life to live. We only have one life to live. We only have one life to live. And we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes. Cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people they know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this dance, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. But people didn't know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we have to live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway.
And we have to live it. We only have one life to live. We have to live it. We only have one life to live. And we have to live. Don't even strive on the negative side, cause you won't make it no matter what they say. We should always strive to live a positive life every day. Man, I wrote those songs that you just heard in the 90s. And that's one of my first loves, singing. Oh, and I get on that stage back in the day. I love to sing. The first one was called Shango, sending love to the ancestors, realizing that I have a lot of Shango energy around me. You know, big up to all of the Ifa and Khan and all the great ones. Realize I have a lot of Shango energy, a lot of fire. Like Kirpotan. We all got this Shango energy, and all of us, him and I born the same year. I'm born like a couple months before him. He's born in April. I'm born in February in 1967. So big up to Kirpotan, who I was also a label mate of back in the day. Kirpotan, you know, and respect to what he's doing out there for one of the parishes in Jamaica where my grandfather comes from, St. Mary. He comes from St. Mary. That's where he's born. St. Mary, we come from. St. Mary is where my grandfather was raised and where he was born, in that parish, and that's where Kirpotan is from. So I see where we get all this energy and this fire coming through that bloodline and throughout the Afro-African diaspora. So big up to Mr. Clifton George Bailey III, also known as Kirpotan. All right, one of the biggest reggae artists and dancehall artists out of Jamaica that brought the consciousness. Those who have the 12-inch single, God me love, I me no love Satan, or Uma me lotion, we no lotion man. That's Kirpotan right there. And I'm in back of one of those songs, in back of in the B side of that album, With One Life to Live, the one you just heard. That song is in back of that particular song. Back in 1990, we did that song in Jammy's recording studio. So, how you feeling out there? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody enjoyed the songs that I played from my stable, my background. I've been with a lot of major artists throughout my life, and Kirpotan being one of them, Shaggy being another, Sister Carol and Buju, Beanie Man, Barris, Shaggy. I said Shaggy, Shaba. I've worked with a lot of different artists over the years, especially because I was working at SOBs. And today's topic, which is very near and dear to my heart, is a spiritual numerovational meaning and perspective of execution versus excuses. Execution versus excuses. And a lot of us like to make up excuse. I used to like to make up excuse until I executed what I needed to do. That was a very important factor in my life to execute what I needed to do in my life. And the word execution, according to the dictionary meaning, there's multiple words to that word execution. But according to the dictionary meaning of it, here it is. Execution, the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. Some people get executed. You know, some people get taken off the earth because of an execution, that somebody had to carry out that plan. But what I'm speaking about is carrying out your plans on a multiplicity of levels. And sometimes it has to start from the ground up. Sometimes it has to start from the ground up. And a lot of people get caught up on a lot of things that holds them back. But that is the excuses that we make most of the time. The word excuse has multiple meanings also. Attempt to lessen the blame, attaching to a fault, offense, seek to defend or justify, release someone from a duty or requirement, excuse, reason or explanation put forward to defend or justify fault or offense, poor or a poor or inadequate example of. When somebody is an excuse or poor, an inadequate example of. I want to stay with the one that says a reason or explanation put forward to defend or justify fault or offense, and attempt to lessen the blame, attaching to a fault or offense, seek to defend or justify. Yeah, well, we can do that. Let's do that first one there. I'm going to copy and paste that right now and bring it into my... So the premise of this particular lesson is for us to learn how to eliminate the excuses in our life and learn to execute. Practice more execution instead of excuses. Let's practice more execution instead of excuses. Can you agree with that, family? If you can agree with that, please put the number 1 in the chat if that's what you're working on. Eliminating the excuses and start really practicing, start really executing. Become someone that is about execution and whatever they want to do. So it's a powerful thing that we all have to learn to do. And over the years, some of us watched our parents make excuses for certain things, and then we take on those things also. Sometimes we follow our parents and our grandparents into excuse making. You know? And I understand sometimes we need excuses to do this and get away from this person or whatever. There's negative and positive of this excuse thing. And there's negative and positive of the execution thing, especially what I will be revealing in the numerical value and what they add up to. There's always a positive and negative. Sometimes execution of negative people, not physically, but just us executing them out of your life is important. Don't make no excuses about it, especially if it's negative and people holding you back. Even if your own children are doing it as they gotten older, they got disrespectful and all that kind of stuff. Remove them. You don't have to physically remove them as far as off the planet, although some had to be removed off the planet. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stories about parents having to take out their child because of their disrespect, or they trying to rob them or kill them or attack them. Oh yeah, there's many stories in this world. You can Google that up right now if you want. I'm not going to do that because the show is not really about that. There's scriptural quotes about angels having to eliminate children.
Angels coming down, according to scriptural theology. Angels came down and took children's lives or took their parents' life out of the children's life. Execution. That angel made no excuses. It did what it had to do because it knew what was going to happen down the annals of time with that child or with that parent or with that uncle. Some people got molested in time and by an uncle or auntie, and they got taken out by some mysterious reason, or they got shot or found dead or heart attack. This has happened. Execution is sometimes very important. Sometimes there's spiritual execution and sometimes there's physical execution. Sometimes there's spiritual excuses and there's physical excuses. But we want to stay within the presence. What does execution mean? Look what it says. The carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. And then excuses. Attempt to lessen the blame, attaching to a fault or offense. Seek to defend or justify. It's always the duality of this thing called excuses. And it's in the mathematics also. How y'all feeling out there? Instagram, Facebook, all of y'all. How y'all feeling out there? Matter of fact, let me make sure my Facebook is working. How y'all doing out there? Yes, let me get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Okay, how y'all doing? Yes, no more procrastination. Rasta God said no more procrastination. You're damn right. We're not doing that. You know, one of the things that I did when I was between the age of 18 and 21, I eliminated out of my dictionary the word procrastination. That was one of the major words that I eliminated out of my dictionary, procrastination. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't go through some still procrastination things and doing certain things that may have led me to procrastinate. I'm not going to say I didn't do that. There's no perfection. I want to be real with that. Want to be real with the people. No perfection. Perfection is an illusion to be if you really understand what it is, what it's all about. You know, because perfection gives you limitations. It stops. So after I'm perfect, what? Maybe after I'm perfected in this realm, I'm supposed to go into the next realm. I'm finished. And some people don't leave this realm in quote unquote perfection. Some people leave abruptly before they was even able to master themselves so they can elevate, because the true meaning of life is self-mastery and mastering how you connect and interconnect with others, because you're in your own self-mastery realm. That's why you got to big up people like Baba Phil Valentine that teaches those classes on his website, uksnow.org, uksnow.org or .com, but it's .org or .com. But if you want to take his classes, his university, go to his university, and they have it for children also. You know, so take the time out to really look through the dictionary in your mental Rolodex. Look to the dictionary in your house, the physical dictionary, and start eliminating those words that have held you back. Especially in the mental Rolodex, you got to change the language. That's what the late great Reverend Ike was trying to tell us before. And that's what's important. That's what's important. Learn to eliminate and change the languages in our head. You know. Many of us are striving and working towards it on multiple levels. And I'm proud of every one of you that are working at some level to eliminate or execute the negative people, places, and things in your life with no excuses, no defense. If it's negative in your life, then you need to get rid of that person, that place, that thing, or you need to move from one place. Even if you have to move into a single room apartment, or a kitchenette, or a room. If you have to get away from people, Maybe you have to secretly have a little place to get away with. Like you might have a lot of children at the house, and your husband driving you crazy, the children driving you crazy. Maybe you need to rent rent a room or Airbnb for a night just to get away, to get in your own mindset. Some people have to do that. And I commend anyone that takes the time out and go rent for their own mental stability. That's why I wrote the book, Numerovational for Mental Stability. Sometimes we got to take mental breaks from our family, mental breaks from our loved ones, mental breaks from our children. And the children gonna wonder why mommy had to leave. No. Explain to them that mommy needs to take a quick break or daddy needs to take a quick break. Explain to them that, hold on. Explain to them that sometimes you got to take, tell them that you have to take a time out. You taught your children about time out. Tell them sometimes I have to take a time out. And even if it's not outside of the house, in an apartment or a room to rent or an Airbnb, maybe it's that you have to go to the park, or maybe you have to sit them inside the house and say, let you go into the bathroom and say, look, mommy gonna be or daddy gonna be in the bathroom for at least 10 minutes. Don't disturb mommy or daddy for the next 10 minutes. Or sometimes you just need that 10 minutes or that 5 minutes, that breather. How many of you brothers and sisters sometimes need a breather from your family, some friends, where you're living? Put that number 1 in the chat. If there's sometimes you need a breather. You need your peace of mind. Put the number 1 in the chat if you understand and understand what I mean, because I've done it. I've done it numerous times. Sometimes that breather or that need to get away lasted a whole year. Sometimes it ended up in divorce. It had to happen just to maintain your own mental stability. Because a lot of people don't know, especially when it comes to men. Some men end up taking out families and friends and children just because. And I'm not justifying it, by no means justifying taking out anybody. But sometimes our women and our children, and vice versa, sometimes our women want to do it, just like that lady that shot her boyfriend in the head recently. So try to take him out. I think he survived or something. But try to take him out. Whatever she was tired of, whatever she was, it just went down that road. That's why sometimes you have to execute. The execution is not just about trying to execute someone out of your life or remove them out of your life, but it's about removing negative thought patterns that pull you down to want to do that towards a child or a woman or a man. Take them out. Now, I understand self-defense. Some of us may have to take people out due to self-defense. I got that. Hey, if you have to do that, I understand. I understand. But sometimes, and yes, sometimes people got to go and leave the house to go work out. I might go and hug a tree or go ask the tree if I could hit it, and I'll do my arm workout on a tree sometimes. Sometimes you want to get things off your mind. And sometimes embracing nature helps you, and teach your children to sit there and embrace nature. And then be grateful that you're able to even, like this morning, and I'm going to do it every morning. I was looking in the mirror, bucket naked. Big up to DJ Bucket Naked out there. Butt ass naked. And I'm looking dead into my eyes saying, thank you. Thank you. I'm talking to the essence within me. Thank you for allowing me to be able to breathe today. Thank you for my hair to grow full and dark and beautiful. The grays are starting to pop up, but they pop up and then they turn into red and turn back to black, because I ain't got no time for all of that. Now, if I grew this out, this would be like I look like David Banner. But it's important that I thanked all of my organs throughout my whole body. I thanked all of them. Looked myself in the eyes, because remember, your eyes is the window to your energetic soul and spirit energy. And it's also the window to your health. So once you look into your eyes deeply, I looked into it without blinking and started thanking all of my organs, thanking my breathing, my hearing, my eyes being able to see, my teeth, my gums. And I felt so better. My lower back was in a little pain. I started thanking my back, and the pain started going away. So I see what Dr. B and them be saying about being able to talk to yourself, and the many others in our history that told us to talk to our limbs and our nails growing, and you want our nails to grow, you want your hair to grow, talk to them skulls, talk to it. And then more than likely your inner guidance, your inner spirit, your divine parents, your ancestors within your bloodline will guide you to eat what food you need and take what you need to regrow your hair back or regrow your nails or whatever you want to do. Get your eyesight back. You may stumble upon some information that's going to help you to execute what you need to accomplish in this world. So execution versus excuses is an important spiritual lesson today. So I want everybody to do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and share with at least 5 people right now, because I'm about to go into the lesson. And those that still want my temple work and alignment assignments, I'm still sending it out. If people calling me, contacting me right after. If you still want the alignment assignments, you got to circulate or donate 1111 or 2222 through Cash App and PayPal right here on the screen. But make sure you put your email in the Cash App description and your PayPal in the PayPal description. Put your email so I can email you the lessons, the alignment assignment lessons, alignment assignments. And it's going to very much help you out. And I'm going to be giving out one every month, donation driven, circulation driven. Every month I'm going to do it. Did everybody anybody that's on here that got their alignment assignment already? And if they do, how is it? What do you feel about this alignment assignment? What do you think? How are you thinking about it? Because this is something that I really put together and say, you know what? My spirit says, let's give it to them once a month. The alignment assignment. But in order for you to get it, you got to circulate. And you know, if you get it, you could share it with other people. That's you. That's because you gave me a donation. But if you know somebody that needs it, then share it with somebody else for free. Because I'm just getting the donation because I took my time out to put it together. So those that received the alignment assignment, put the number 1 in the chat. And y'all should have started implementing a lot of the alignment assignments, because those are very good assignments to help you to align with what you need to do and how you need to do it in this realm, especially taking silence and meditating and all that, because I'm dealing with meditation in that particular one. In that particular one, it's about the meditation. It's about the meditation. So I want to make sure I have the lesson. Good. I guess you got your alignment sign. Thank you very much. So those who want to get it, that's new to my channel, those assignments that I shared with my audience recently, those assignments are powerful, powerful assignments that can help give you some type of footing, some type of awareness and alertness of what you need to do in this realm to find balance. Those assignments are very important. As a matter of fact, those alignment assignments, temple work alignment assignments, it deals with the premise of it is about was based on a lesson that I taught about the importance of taking time, quiet time to yourself. And there's some questions that I want you to journal. One of the journaling prompts I gave you is describe a recent experience where quiet time helped you connect with your inner self. That's one of the journaling prompts. Then I give you practical exercises. One of them, it says, commit to 10 minutes of quiet time daily for a week, journaling about your experience. Then I gave you research and discussions about the quiet time, the benefits of taking quiet time, research and scientific benefits of quiet time on mental and physical health. I'm sending you out to do the research. I'm not giving it to you because the more you learn and the more you take it upon yourself to want to learn, then it becomes part and parcel with you. So doing this temple work, because it's all about the temple, and the original temple of the Creator is the human body, not a church, not a masjid, not a synagogue, the original temple of the Creator, the creative force. Allah, Jah, Jehovah, whatever you call it, whatever alien you're connecting it to. The original temple is your temple. It's your temple. So those who want it, those that are new on my channel, all you have to do is donate $11.11 or $22.22. That's up to you. Work between $11.11. You could do $12, $12, $13, $13, $14, $14, $15, $15. But I want to stay within those double numbers because that's the frequency. Nothing less than $11.11. But what I have to offer in those lessons and that alignment assignment is something that's going to be beneficial for you for a lifetime, for your mental stability. It's going to be beneficial for a lifetime. So I will put the Cash App and the PayPal in the chat, those who want to do it, or those that are new to my channel and want to stay in alignment with what you want to do in your lifetime. It's in the chat right now. It's in the chat. Let me pin it to the top so if people want to do it. And then you can share it with any of your friends and family. I have no problems with that because it's yours. You donated to the cause, and that's what it is. So I pinned it to the chat. So if you want to, but make sure you put your email in the description of Cash App or PayPal, and I will send it to you after the show. All right. I will send you the alignment assignment after the show because it's all about aligning yourself. And I really wholeheartedly want you to align yourself. People that's wondering why I'm wearing glasses is because these are called blue blockers. These are like the gaming glasses to protect my eyes from the energy of the thing. I don't need glasses like that, but I know I'm born under a frequency that need to protect my eyes a little bit more than others. So when you're born under the 1, the 10th, the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of the month, protect your eyes. If you have a lot of 1s in your chart, your life path is a 1. The year you're born might be a 1. Protect your eyes. That is the eye frequency, that number 1 energy. So thanks to Dr. Africa and people like KT, the Arch Degree, that told me about these blue blockers. Now I'm protecting my eyes. I have clear ones and I have dark ones. So people that might be wondering why I'm wearing shades like I'm Stevie Wonder or like I'm Ray Charles. No, these are significant glasses for my eyes, for my protection, because you ain't going to protect my eyes. I got to protect my own eyes. You understand? I got to protect my own eyes. Again, like, subscribe, comment, share with at least 5 or more people, more new people. 5 or more new people. I want to see some new people in the house. The algorithms are building. The channel is growing. Remember, I only require quality people. I'm not bringing the drama. I don't bring the arguments. I don't do that. That's me. If you want to go to a station or a channel that love debating and arguing, I have friends of mine like Sanetta and who love to bring the drama, like Atasha K and or like Star from Star Report. He says he's a proud bottom feeder and low frequency energy. He loves the low frequency stuff. I think it's entertaining, but I don't promote it like that. So it is what it is. Okay, so today's topic: execution versus excuses, a spiritual and numerovational meaning. So what I'm going to do is share the lesson. And remember, all the lessons are already in the description of this video. The lesson is already in the description of this video, so you can always look back at it and take notes from the lessons in the description of all these videos. This video right here, the lessons is there. Okay, so let me find the lesson that I have. Boom, there you go. All right. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me make sure everything is well. Let me line things up. All right. So the lessons today, King Simon's notes. Let me take a deep breath. All right. Let's do this. I got this. King Simon's note, the spiritual meaning of execution versus excuses. Execution, number one, alignment with purpose. Taking action aligns us with our higher purpose and spiritual path. So when you're executing this plan of action, because remember what the word execution means, carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. Understand that this thing, alignment with your purpose is about taking action so you can align with your higher purpose and spiritual path, because there is a spiritual path and a higher purpose for everyone on this planet. However, not everybody will discover it probably in this lifetime. Not everybody will accept it. It's like Mission Impossible. Sometimes you don't accept the cassette or the recording, and that recording goes up in smokes. It's no longer in existence, or it's laying dormant inside of the human being. Number two, trust in the universe. Execution requires trust that the universe will support our efforts. We say that again. Trust in the universe. Execution requires trust that the universe will support our efforts. Whether you call God, Allah, Jah, whatever you call the universal order of things, you got to trust in it. Don't claim to be a lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a lover of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or a lover of Jah, or a lover of Yahweh, or any of the great names associated with creation. And then you don't trust them, or you don't trust her, or you don't trust it. It's hypocritical to your energetic creative force that's within you. Some of you trust that you can walk from one place to another. Some of you could trust that you could walk from the living room. Some of you trust that you're breathing. So that's how you got to trust the universe, like you trust in your breath of life, because that is a part of the universe also. So execution requires trust that the universe will support our efforts and your efforts. Number three, faith in ourselves. I put it like that, our and us and all that, for a reason, because I'm talking to myself also. I'm not void of mistakes and all the rest that humanity goes through. So faith in ourselves, it demonstrates faith in our abilities and inner guidance. You got to have faith. There's a quote that a lot of reverends and a lot of ministers talk about faith. I mean, I don't remember the quote right now, but it's a very powerful quote about faith. And once you've decided to have faith in yourself, it would allow you to demonstrate and work towards and live in connection with your inner guidance. It will help you. So all these lessons are necessary. That's why I come up here and do it. I can do interviews and all that kind of stuff, but I have something to say and I have something to share from a numerical and a spiritual perspective, because a lot of the stuff that I'm telling you, I've been through it. And then when I put this together, I reread it and I make sure that I'm feeling the vibe of it. Number 4, surrendering to the process. Execution involves surrendering to the process, letting go of control and outcome. A lot of us are control freaks out there. A lot of us are control freaks, and I get it. Some of you was taught that way. Some of you have numbers relating to controlling and all that stuff, but you got to learn to be able to let go. Let go of control and the outcome of it. Because sometimes, what I notice is you could be in a relationship and one of your partners try to control you because they only want you and that's it. If you choose to stay in a relationship on a one-on-one or monogamous relationship, that is you and that person making that agreement. If you choose to go down a poly route, polygamy or polygyny, that is you and that person. If you want to get into the other forms of poly and all that, that's between you and those individuals, as long as everybody respect. But the only person you can control as you become an adult is yourself. And sometimes your children, to a certain extent, you can guide them, teach them, but at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decisions when they reach 18 and 19 and 20, going into 21. They're going to make their own decisions. You just got to pray that you taught them well, that when they know the difference between right and wrong. But let go of control. We got to let go of the control. Number 5, embodying courage. Number 5 is a courageous number. That's why I put it there. Taking action embodies courage, overcoming fears and doubt. I remember, I like to tell stories about my life and what I used to do. I remember being the first time that I ever jumped on a stage to MC a show. Man. And I'm talking about a major stage. I was nervous. I was definitely nervous. Butterflies was in my stomach. Better yet, the first time I opened up a show for Shabba Ranks. My friend that I'm renting this house for, she was with me. A few other friends was with me. Gary Liverpool, I think Gladwin Liverpool. I think Barry was with us too. Barry Gibbs was with us. Brother named not Barry Gibbs. Brother Barry was with us. Greg and my cousin Rob was with us. I was opening up for the biggest reggae artist of 1990. But if I did not take action and become courageous, I would have ran up and overcame my fears and doubts. I would have ran off that stage. Because if I remember my friend Katrina, big up to her, she gave me, because I didn't drink then too, she gave me a cup of orange juice. and if she's watching, she probably gonna laugh her ass off. If she's watching, she gonna laugh. She gave me a cup of orange juice. And let me show you when she gave me the cup, what happened when she gave me the cup of oranges. Let me show y'all what happened. Say she's passing me the orange juice. I'm on stage, about to go on stage and perform with Shabba. She passed me the orange juice. This is what happens. My hands started going like this. I started shaking the orange juice out of the cup. And I just said, I took a little sip and I said, here, take this. I'm going to spill it and throw it on somebody, please. She started laughing because she's seeing the nervousness in me. But I had to overcome that. I had to overcome it. Taking action embodies courage. I took action, got on that stage, got to the venue, because even on the way when she was driving me up, I was nervous. But as soon as you get in front of the Q Club and you see this line of people, and DJ Roy and BMW Mike and all of them from Road International crew had to come and get me from outside, and they got me in and got all my entourage in. I had like 8 people, because they wasn't paying me for my show, but that entourage was my payment. So taking action embodies courage, overcoming fears and doubt. And remember what Dr. Farrah Gray used to say, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Let me say that again for the people in back of the Numerovational universe. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. I've heard Dr. Farrah Gray coin that. I've heard a few other people say it in their own way. But everything you want to accomplish and succeed in this life is on the other side of fear. That's why you have to become courageous. Excuses. Let's deal with excuses now. Because a lot of us make up excuses. And our late teacher and martial arts teacher named Dr. Moses Powell used to say, excuses are like assholes. We all have them, and they all stink. That's what Dr. Powell used to say. I remember sitting down in the barber chair, and he said it. I started dying laughing. We was at When Worlds Collide, and he used to talk to us. Although I was never on the mat with him, I was only on the mat with his students like Jim Aziz or Soki Littlejohn or Professor Bill or Osei and all that, Professor Osei and various other Sean Wayne, the late Sean. He always gave me a conversation because he knew I was into entertainment, and I wrote a nice article about him in one of the newspapers and all that. So he always gave me conversation and showed me a few moves, but only black belts at that time of his life was allowed on his mat, and maybe brown belts, black belts, and maybe and an extraordinary green belt, because people like Osei was extraordinary green belts. See, people like Dr. Powell was an extraordinary green belt under people like Professor V. So, but excuses, fear and doubt. Let's get right into it. Fear and doubt. Excuses often stem from fear and doubt, hindering spiritual growth. It hinders spiritual growth. And if you're hindering yourself spiritually, think about it, you're also hindering yourself physically. Think about that. Number 2, lack of trust. Excuses indicate a lack of trust in oneself, the universe, and the process. A lot of us say that we are the children of the universe, or children of God, or the children of the sun. But the universe constantly is doing its thing. The sun, the moon, the stars, the planets are constantly doing what they do. And they don't give us, we're energetically connected to the universe and all its bodies in there, but they don't give us excuses. When we look out at night, we still see Orion's belt. We still see a moon. We still see the stars. They don't give us excuses. They don't give us a lack of trust. And if they trust us, those bodies trust us to show themselves every night or every day, or when you see the sun every day. The sun don't give us excuses. It may get overcast, but the sun is still out. It don't give us excuses. So all of us have to learn not to give that excuse, because excuses indicate a lack of trust in oneself, the universe, and the process. And I'm sure the sun, the moon, the stars, everything goes through their process to get to what they are and what we admire. And maybe there's a scientific term behind all of that. But what we know it as, we got to respect its process and we got to trust in it. But most of all, trust in yourself so you can overcome excuses. Number 3, disconnection from purpose. Excuses can signal disconnection from our higher purpose and spiritual path. How many of you out there feel disconnected? We say it again. How many of you out there feel disconnected? If you feel disconnected, put the number 4 in the chat. Do you feel disconnected from your purpose, from your spiritual path? Do you feel disconnected from it? Because whatever you're doing now, that also has a spiritual component, whether you feel disconnected or not. If you feel disconnected from your higher purpose and spiritual path, put the number 4 in the chat. If you are feeling disconnected from your highest purpose. Anybody out there? Put the number 4 in the chat. If you feel right now, today, if you feel disconnected from your highest purpose, your higher purpose and spiritual path, put the number 4 in the chat. Or let's say you're still riding that journey, you're still learning each process. Some of us are still learning the process. It's all right to put the number 4. Don't be afraid. It's all right. There's no judgment here. Leah Griff on Instagram says she's put the number 4. D Shelton, he put the number 4. See, numerology, astrology, and cardology and cartomancy and all of that can help you to find, at least give you an inkling. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to do the work. Daniel says it also. Because why I chose the number 4 is because 4 is a number of discipline. And more than likely, if you want to learn how to connect to your higher purpose and spiritual path, you have to have discipline. So excuses can signal disconnection from our higher purpose and spiritual path. However, there's also a signal of discipline in yourself so you can connect with your higher purpose and higher path. If you're all over the place and trying to do everything and then getting nothing done, then that's a spiritual disconnection when you need to reassess it and start reconnecting to your higher path. Because if you're born, let's say you're born on the 12th of the month or the 3rd of the month or the 30th of the month or the 21st of the month, you love to talk, but you haven't turned your love of talking or expressing yourself through art or music into something that could be tangible for you in the future. Because you got a lot of chatterboxes out there. You got a lot of people that love to gossip, but that gossiper never formed a gossip column and made money like a Wendy Williams or a Tasha K, who, by the matter of fact, is connected to, both of them are connected to the number 3 in some fact. And that number 3 is always about expressing themselves, whether it's through talk, radio, music, art, whatever they're doing, online, podcast, whatever it is. So when you have 3s and a lot of 3s in your chart, that's one of your purposes. Is just, are you going to make it a higher purpose for your spiritual path? Sometimes it's that. And when I say it, I know it sounds very simple, but again, it's hard for many of us to maintain that persistent and consistent discipline. Start, stop, start, stop. My son does that. One of my sons does that. But I sent him a whole write-up about different ways to make money in his field. And he said most of it he's tried and done, but he never stayed consistent on it. Big up to my son, Steyer. At least he admitted that, and I'm glad he admitted that to me. He wasn't consistent, but he's born March the 18th. And that March is a number 3. And he has a lot of 3s and 5s in his chart, in his name. And then when you add that 18 plus that 3, 19, 20, 21, that adds up to a number 3. His alignment number is a number 3. So again, and he's born in 1992, which adds up to a number 3. He got a lot of 3s that can take him all over the place, scatter his energy. My own child. You know what I'm saying? Resistant, number 4, resistance to change. Excuses often resist change, hindering personal and spiritual evolution. When you make excuses, you're resisting the change, and change is about you adapting, improvising, and overcoming, like the Marines would say. Adapt, improvise, and overcome. They don't make excuses in the Marines. Well, a true Marine is not supposed to make excuses. The Nation of Islam didn't promote excuses. The Ansarullah didn't promote excuses. We had to go out there and bring in $100, and sometimes we stayed out all night unless we had to do security. But sometimes we brought in less than that, but they didn't want to hear the excuses. So resist to change. Excuses often resist change, hindering personal and spiritual evolution. Last but not least, the number 5, ego's control. ego's control. Excuses can be a manifestation of the ego's control, prioritizing comfort over growth. So the negative part of ego can limit you and allow you to accept only the comfort and being comfortable where you're at and not growing. That's basically what it's saying. That's why it says excuses can be a manifestation of the egos. And let me preference that. Let me say negative ego. Gotta put it because ego has a positive and a negative. Negative ego's control, prioritizing comfort over growth. You want to make it a priority to be comfortable? I'm never comfortable. I'm not comfortable here, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. There's a difference. I'm grateful for where I'm at. And the owner knows this. The family knows this. I'm grateful, but I'm always packed because I'm not comfortable in totality here, because I want 8 to 10 acres of land, and I'll invite the owner to be a part of that and all of that, because they family for 40 years. I trust her. I trust my children that have a good sense of mind. They become a knucklehead, I leave them alone. I try to give them guidance, show them what they got to do. And when they get in their good sense of mind, they're great people. And you got to learn that. You got to teach your children that, teach your family that. But excuses can be a manifestation of negative ego's control, because that negative ego is controlling you and allowing you to stay comfortable and not growing. There's going to be growing pains. Accept the pain and continue to grow, just like we did as children. Last but not least, remember, execution is a spiritual act of trust, faith, and surrendering, while excuses hinder our spiritual journey. By choosing execution, we align with our higher purpose and embody courage, trust, and faith. Man, that's how I summed it up. Woo! Don't get it twisted. I did research, of course. Dictionary research. Y'all heard me put in that dictionary and talked about the dictionary meaning earlier. I did AI research. I did all of that because I'm not afraid to use technology. I'm not afraid to use technology, and none of you should be afraid to use technology either. AI can be very helpful into putting a lot of things. And AI helped me to put together a 100-year plan for Numerovation. I'm going for a 1,000-year plan next, that I can leave in a trust to pass on from generation to generation to generation, because these metaphysics scientists, just like science and mathematics, is not going out of style at all. And it's going to always be here to help guide people. Lloyd Strayhorn taught me that. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. Lloyd Strayhorn taught me, he said, numerology will never go out of style. Ever. It's numbers. And everybody, I was at the Invest Fest, they kept on talking about the numbers game. And every time they said the numbers game, I went like this. Every time I heard numbers, I went like this. Every time I see numbers, I went like this. I'm looking up at the stage. Oh, it's a numbers game. And I said, that's right. So if you heard me in the audience, I said, that's right. That was me saying, that's right. It is a numbers game. Yo, I ain't playing with these people. It's the truth. It is a numbers game. And that's what I do. Numbers, but I do it from a spiritual and esoteric perspective. That's all. Numbers don't lie, whether you're doing it spiritually, physically, from dealing with books, whether you're dealing with abstract numbers. Numbers ain't lying to us. Stay focused. Numbers ain't lying. Man. So again, anybody that wants the, before I go into the mathematics of it, let me just run this. Let me say this, tomorrow, I'm going to go into the numerovation of it next. Tomorrow, I will be with the Galacticus crew. And they're doing something August 30th, August 31st, and September the 1st. 3 days of intensive. So I'll be there for August the 30th with Sri Master Gano Grills. So if you want to get your tickets to come on out, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. Galacticus.com. Galacticus.com. Make sure you go to Galacticus.com. And Blue Pill, I believe he's going to be there August the 30th. I know I'm opening up for Sri Master on August the 30th. And I'm going to I'm just allowed 2 minutes to break down and talk and boom, 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 and have fun and bring him on with a well-deserved round of applause. And then I believe Blue Pill is coming up after that the next day. And then, but I'm going, and also this weekend on August the 31st, Brother Rich, Red Pill, Blue Pill, and Wadada is doing the first annual Double Dutch Day, a day of family, fun, and healthy activities over there in the West End at 878 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, Southwest, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. There should be vendors. I might do some consultation real quick, 5-minute tune-up consultations right there live for people. But he wants me to be one of the MCs, so I don't know how that's going to work. But I got no problem. 5 to 10 minutes. Of course, it's going to be a donation, of course. But 5 to 10 minutes for like what, $30, probably $33 to keep it simple, But yeah, it's probably a tune-up, just first name and birthday. I'll probably be there. I'll probably set up on the side, just doing what I do, real quick in between all the festivities and the acting and the jumping and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to jump rope. Like I said before, I've been traumatized by jump ropes. Now, I do jump the single rope, but I've been traumatized by the double Dutch jump because the last time that I seen a man physically jump rope, his name was Pumpkin, and he had his shirt tied up to his solar plexus, and his wrist was cocked. That's the last time. So I was traumatized from a child. I'm just not into the jump rope, the double Dutch stuff. But I understand it is helpful for both male and female. So bring up to everybody, all the brothers. I seen Blue Pill do his thing. But like I said, that was the last time that I got traumatized from the double Dutch contest and stuff. Yeah, but big up to Pumpkin, because Pumpkin was a friend. But when we was younger, we didn't even understand that homosexuality or gay or that effeminate type thing. We didn't even understand, but I knew I wasn't doing it. That's all I knew. I knew that wasn't in my bloodline. I'm good. That's not my pedigree. But if that's what you do and that's what you believe and that's what you're into, more power to you. I could only respect and love the energy, but I don't promote anything else. And I do have gay and homosexual clients, so I know that. I know I have gay and homosexual clients, lesbian clients. Big up to them. There's no disrespect to you. Like, you can promote what you believe. I promote what I believe and I love. So, and big up to all of them that might be doing numerology or astrology, because you got a lot of them out there doing numerology and astrology. They do their thing. So enough respect to them. And as long as it's helping other people to be in their balance, I'm with it 100%. Being their truth, I'm with it 100%. So let's go to the board, shall we? And again, those who want to get the alignment assignments, all you have to do is donate. The Cash App and PayPal is in the description. You have to donate $11.11 or $22.22, and I will email it to you after the show. You just have to put the email address in the Cash App and the PayPal description. All right. Man, numbers are so beautiful, family. Oh, my goodness. We're 1 hour in. Look at this. Execution adds up to a master number 44. Execution adds up to a master number 44. Let me say that again. Y'all don't get what I'm saying. Execution adds up to a master number 44. 44 is the number of trusting the universe. What I've been running down through the lessons already. Trusting the order of the universe, because 4 represents order, structure, discipline. So when you're doubling the number 4, then it's a doubling effect of trusting the order of the universe, that it will pan out. And although 4 plus 4 equals 8, and in numerology, the 8 is a karmic number, both positive and negative. So when you learn to execute or execution of something, it requires discipline, because 4 and 8 are disciplinary numbers. It requires discipline to execute what you want to accomplish. It requires it, no doubt. In the vowels of it, the A, E, I, O, U, which is E, E, U, I, O, adds up to a number 28 in the Pythagorean. And a number 10 after you add that 28. And remember what I said about the number 28 being the symbol of promise and possibilities in my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Being the symbol of promise and possibility. And it is a number of carefully planning. So the internal, what are the vowels? The vowels are the inner aspect of any word or any name. So that represents the inner urge of who you are, or the inner aspect of any word that I put on this board, or any word that you speak. As long as it has vowels, it has an inner aspect to it. Adds up to 28, and 28 is known as the divorce number. So internally, you have to understand, in order for you to be an execution, in order for you to execute anything that you want to accomplish, you have to eliminate or divorce yourself from certain things that will hinder you from having that wheel of a fortune, because that number 10 is the wheel of fortune at the end of the day. 2 plus 8 equals 10. And then number 1 plus 0 equals 1 is the leadership quality that you develop after the execution of your plans. Got to know how to execute. And that's the internal. Already the 44 is telling you to trust in the order of the universe and maintain discipline so you can attract the positive karmic energy from it. It's already telling you. Then the consonants of the word, remember the word consonants, I have it up on the board. The word consonants, or the consonants of any letter or name or word, represents the outer aspect of the word or the name. The outer gift, the outer talent, the outer skills. The inner gift, the inner talents, the inner skills. The expressive gift, the expressive talent, the expressive skills in any name or any word. The consonants of the word execution adds up to 16, which is the number of planning, or you plan to fail. In my book, I call it the symbol of victory or defeat. It has duality, depending on the physical use of what you're doing with your execution. Because it deals with because it's a number 16, it deals with creativity, balance, love, and spiritual insight. And remember, 1 plus 6 equals 7, and that is the law of attraction number. So whatever you put out there, whatever whatever plan you plan on executing in some form or fashion, it's going to take planning. Heavy planning, because if you don't plan, you plan to fail. Say that again. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Let's go to the Chaldean system. Let me take this off. Remember what the word execution means. Right here on the bottom. The carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. So in the Pythagorean system, we just ran down the numbers connected to that. In the Chaldean system, it adds up to a number 41. 41 is equivalent or connected to either 23, 14, and the number 5, which are known as magical numbers. Magical meaning that it's an alchemist number. It's one of the alchemist number, because remember, 14 or 23, if you look at the number 23 in my book, or you look at the number 14, you got to realize that when those type of numbers start popping up, not only is it about bringing about discipline and creativity, but also it's about recognizing the importance of being free in what you want to accomplish, expanding in what you want to accomplish, and also communicating creatively in what you want to accomplish. So when execution adds up to a 41, there's a discipline that comes with it. There's a creativity that comes with it. There's an expansion and communication that has to come with it. So when I go into Tanya Gabriel's book about the number 41, what does she say about the number 41 in her book? This is the energy of an open and flexible approach to life, given the ability to bounce back quickly from challenges which don't leave a long and strong impact on you. Being authentic, 41, being authentic will give you or the energy openness and freedom in any relationship. Your feelings and senses are filled with enthusiasm, a pioneering spirit, and wonderful versatility. Pioneering spirit, versatility, number 5, enthusiasm, because it's about mentally doing certain things that's going to take you to another high level. Because anytime you see any number sequence leading with a number 4, 40, 41, 42, 43, that is the first initial vibration that is carrying you along the way. So if you're in the age of 40, it's reminding you to step up your discipline because 4 is the leading number. Step up your discipline, step up your mental discipline, your physical discipline, your order in your life, dealing with the 40. But because execution deals with 4 and it keeps on showing up, 4 shows up here and 4 shows up here. So it's all about discipline, order, and structure. But when I look at the vowels of execution, it adds up to 24, which is a 6, which is bringing the balance to things, which is bringing the harmony to things. And remember, 24 in my book is the symbol of assistance from those in high-ranking positions. So execution, and when you are in the realm of executing a plan, you got to trust in the high-ranking spiritual and physical people and energy around you, because it's a promising number. 24 is a promising, and that's the internal, that's the soul urge. That is the inner part of the word. The consonants of the word execution adds up to a number 17, which is an 8. And those that have watched me and seen me know that 17 is a legacy leaving number. When you go into my book and you look up number 17 on page 68 of my book, it's the symbol of peace and love. It's considered a highly spiritual number, and it represents the 8-pointed star. And in some ancient circles, it is called the Star of the Magi. And in tarot, it's called the star. It offers help, hope, inspiration, and remember that number 17 is about leaving a legacy and immortalizing someone's name. It's a number of immortality. So when your execution of a plan, you want it to be able to live into immortality. After you leave, you want to carry it in. My life path is a 17. That's why I know Numerovation will be here for a long, 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 long time. I already know. Not only is my dreams telling me about it, but my walking daydreams are telling me about it. That even if my immediate children don't take it, my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren are going to take it and go. And they're going to take it to another level. They're going to remember, they're going to be looking at the books. In the back of the books, they're always going to have their granddaddy smile. All they have to do, I tell my children, all you have to do is meditate on me and connect it to the numbers and watch. I will tell you in your ear, in your blood, in your dreams, what it is and what it ain't, especially when I transition from this planet one day. They'll be able to tap right back into me, not only through my books, not only through the lessons that I'm leaving, but also through the bloodline, the DNA and the RNA, because the blood don't lie either. So execution is, the consonant of execution is a legacy leaving number, and it also adds up to a karmic number, also the number 8, both positive and negative. Karma means cause and effect. So you can either put out the good cause to get the best effect, or you put out the bad cause and get the worst effect. That's up to you. Going to the word excuses. Let me take a drink here. Big up to Unc Rising Sun for this glass, this bottle. Yes, I am. The word excuses, the word excuse adds up to a number 23, which is a 5. In the Pythagorean system, in the Chaldean system, it adds up to a number 30, which is a 3. The word excuses add up to 24. That 24 shows up again about balance. But the negative of the word excuses is imbalance, hard-headedness, untruthful to yourself and others, unreciprocal. Giving excuses is not a good thing on its negative. And it can lead to a lot of emotional stuff going on when you allow yourself to live in your excuses, because 2 and 4 can be very emotional numbers, especially 2 and especially 4. 2 is more emotionally from an internal perspective and a connection that it has to make with the spiritual realm. 4 is more emotional when it comes to a mental perspective. 6, that deals with family, but also what are you what are the balances that you find, the checks and balances that are doing with yourself or not doing with yourself. So when you have excuses, that's where the problem could lie, because you're imbalanced. The vowels of the word adds up to a 13, which is the power and dominance number. So you could be a powerful excuse maker and a dominant excuse maker, both positive and negative. Excuses are like assholes. We all got them and they all can stink. I don't care how much you wash it and clean it and stick your fingers up into it and wash it until you clean it, put your rag all the way deep into it. It's leading to the colon, and it still has its odor. So that number 4 is a mental health number. That number 7 in the Chaldean system is a mental health number. So when 7 and 4 shows up, there's something mental about the excuses. Either you're going to build on it or you're going to destruct it and destroy it because of the negative aspect of the 4 and the 7. Both of them are mental health numbers. And some people can leave a legacy of excuses because the word excuses add up to a number, the consonants of the word excuses add up to a number of 17. So people can leave a legacy of excuses and pass it down from generation to generation. Spiritual, because the consonant in the Pythagorean system adds up to a number 11 of the word excuses. So there's also a spiritual master number alignment of people that constantly create and make up excuses to not do this and not do that. And sometimes, like I said earlier, your children can be watching you make up all these excuses. That's why when people like the Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, I don't make up excuses and run away from the door and don't answer the door. I come up to them and tell them exactly what it is. Don't come back here again. And I'm respectful. Or if I feel like getting into a debate, I'll get into a little conversation with them. But I'm not going to make up excuses to run away from them. What they do after they've had their little conversation with you, they'll put it on their list not to come back to this door ever again. That's what they always do it. So I learned how to play the game with Jehovah's Witnesses. And I respect what they're doing. That's their way of life. I got it. But I'm not going to make up excuses. I'm not making excuses to deal with people. I just confront them right away because I say what I mean what I say, and knock it right out. So we have a clear understanding that you don't need to come back to this house, or y'all going to get a debate, or I'm going to tell it like it is from a Hebrew Arabic perspective. Because more than likely, they're not speaking the Hebrew in that Bible. So what I found very interesting is that the word excuses add up to the master number 33. Now, on the positive level, 33 is a healer. And remember what the word excuses mean. Attempt to lessen the blame, attaching to a fault or offense, or seek to defend or justify. 33, because of the 3 factor, can be a very controversial energy to carry. A lot of people want to hold the 33. A lot of people want to hold the 22. A lot of people want to hold the 44. But with great power comes great responsibility. And if you're not living up to the highest level of that power of 33, 44, or 11, you're living on the lower frequency of it, or you are comfortable in just being. And usually when you're comfortable, the 44 turns into an 8, or the 33 turns into a 6, or the 11 turns into a 2, or the 22 turns into a 4. It automatically goes back down to the lower octave of that master number because you're not living to its highest. So although this adds up to a number, master number 33, which is supposed to be optimistic, and you could be an excuse maker and be very optimistic about making that excuse. You could be very jovial about making an excuse because you wanted to get that person out of your way. You just excused yourself right out the damn picture. Made excuses. Then you could be a happy excuse maker. I know I used to be a happy excuse maker. I don't want to do. I'm gonna do this. Don't worry about that. I got this. I'll be there. Yeah, that's what Hollywood people do a lot. That's what they do in Hollywood. Them fake people in Hollywood. Yeah, I'll call you. Yes, excuses to get away from your ass. Hey, take my call. Don't call me. I'll call you. Give me your card. Give me your number. Don't call me. I'll call you. Excuses. That's an excuse to get away from your ass because they're not interested. Then they do it in those fake Hollywood community also. And I've been to Hollywood, but I ain't stay there like certain people that I knew. Now he's all something else going on with him. Again, you got to be very careful and remember the importance and all the lessons that I gave y'all about excuses. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Instead of making an excuse, change the language around and say, you know what? Instead of making an excuse, why don't you just say to yourself, I'm not going to make an excuse, but I will overlook. Like when somebody comes with you with a plan and you don't really want to deal with it, just say, you know what? I'm not going to make an excuse not to see you or talk to you, but let me overlook what you're sending me first. And then if I'm interested, I'll contact you. If I'm not, I'll leave you alone. Then you know I'm not interested if I don't contact you. Instead of making excuses, because what happens when you make excuses to people and all that stuff, what happens, you're stringing them along a lot of times. Some people are stringing people along, and we don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Don't string people along. You know, I have people that say, oh, I'm going to bring you on this and bring you on that channel, bring you on that channel. Don't string me along because I'm going to continue to do my work. I don't care who you are and what you think you are, because everybody gets their cycle. Everybody gets a chance in this life to either elevate or fall. It's the choice that you make in this life. That's why execution, again, the meaning is the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. And excuses attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or offense, seek to defend or justify. Don't make excuses, execute. And even if it's going to take a little time, let them know it's going to take a little time. If it's not going to be overnight, it's not going to be right away, then let people know that, you know, or just say straight up, I'm not interested. I'm done. I'm good. Respectfully. Because sometimes one no equals 7 yeses. So expect to hear no from people. Expect to hear no and be happy in the no. No, say no. No is a good word. Just like yes. Yes is a good word, but no is a good word. If I can't do it, I'll tell you no. If I don't feel like doing it, no. If you might send somebody to me and I say, I have to resonate with their energy first. It's the truth. Just like Brother Rich. Rich don't just put people on his channel. He'll study you and analyze you first and then reach out to you. That's how Brother Rich is. So is Brother Billy Carson. He'll analyze and check you out for a while. And then both of them are Virgos. This is their season. Happy birthday to Michael Jackson today. Happy birthday, Michael. Man, the essence of Michael Jackson. And make sure y'all check out Billy Carson and Terrence Howard live today on the Forbidden Knowledge YouTube channel. My goodness, I'm so proud. I spoke to Billy this morning. I said, what, you got him? Okay. I said, okay. I said, okay. I said, okay. Pick up to Cardi B. She's a Libra. Okay. So yeah, he'll be talking to Terrence Howard at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today. Time to break the internet. Billy Carson, Terrence Howard. The talk we've all been waiting for. That's right. So yeah, baby, this gonna be fire. It's gonna be on YouTube today at 8 o'clock live. It's not taped. Billy Carson told me it's gonna be live. So big up to Billy. And I text Billy. I said, man, it's a good frequency day for you to do it, because not only is Billy's life path a master number, 22, Terrence Howard is a master number 11. He's born on March 11th. And today is the 29th, and 2 + 9 = 11. Michael Jackson, the word Michael adds up to a 22 and a 33. The word Jackson in one of the systems of numerology adds up to a 22. So this is a whole masterful frequency that they're about to enter with what they're about to do on Billy Carson's Forbidden Knowledge Podcast Network. So make sure y'all check that out later on. All right. So family, the lessons, I hope y'all enjoyed the lessons. Those who want the temple work or the alignment assignment, all you have to do is circulate or donate 1111 or 2222, Cash App or PayPal. And those alignment assignment is about the importance of quiet time. And I give you questions, I give you research, I give you a whole page of stuff to go and do. And I tell you to email me at the end on how the results, the testimonials. I like to get all of that. I'm gonna start putting up testimonials on my website and on my WordPress. So people that are interested in that, make sure you put your email in the description of Cash App and PayPal if you want those alignment assignments. It helps you to align you back and at least start continuing to walk your path. Because when you learn the mastery of quiet time and taking the time out to quiet down all of the chatter in your head and all the things that's going on in your day and your club life and your party life or whatever you're doing, we're here to try to help you. I am here to help you. And when you're ready to book a session with me, you could text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. I have the pre-recording, and I have the pre-recording session, and I have the conversation where you actually talk to me. It's up to you. With the pre-recording, you're allowed to at least ask 3 questions. You could text me 3 basic questions that you want answered within the recording in case you don't want to talk to me. But if you do want to talk to me, we get it in, and I am question driven. I'm not here to read you. I do numerovation, consultation, advising. I'm not here to read nobody. The only one I could read is a child, because they don't really know themselves yet. And I do have, something for children also, which is basically the same price. It's just that you're going to get pre-recorded, because I'm still doing their name and their birthday. So if you want to do a pre-recording for your child, or any one of your children, because they're not ready to talk to me and all that, then do a pre-recording for any of your children. And you could hold on to it. You'll be able to listen to it, and you can help them. You just ask me, give me 3 questions that you want to pull out of me that I can answer with the patterns, cycles, and sequences of numbers. And then all the extras I'll put inside there anyway. But I'm definitely going to break it down. And I always like to alert parents on if they need to watch out for molesters and family members that could be a molester, or next door neighbor, or your babysitter. I always alert. When I start seeing a certain amount of numbers in a child's chart, woo! Because I've seen the patterns, cycles, and sequences of those particular numbers keep on showing up. And it's just, in order for you to at least navigate better through it, you just have to tweak your protection level around that child. Not control, but as they're growing up, protect them. and making sure that whoever's babysitting your child is protecting them also. I remember a young girl born under the number 6 years ago. Her teacher pulled this little child into the child trusted the teacher, but the teacher pulled this child into the closet where there was no cameras and proceeded to lick her vajayjay. The child was no older than 6, 7 years of age. What the heck are you doing? A female teacher at that? To play with her yoni at her young age? And the numbers tell me what are the possible attractions, whether health-wise or crazy-wise or otherwise. The numbers tell me, because numbers speak. The cycles, patterns, and sequences speak. So I'm not new to this, brother and sisters. I'm here to help as much as I can. I got tortured as a child. And in my numbers, it says I could be tortured by older people. And I was tortured by my older cousins, both on my mother's side and my father's side. Not molested. I realized it wasn't molested because they didn't do anything crazy. It wasn't fingering me and doing nothing crazy. They tied me up or swung me around because I ate their food or I talked too much. They did their craziness, like some of our cousins, older cousins did some crazy stuff. But the numbers reveal that. And because I'm born under a frequency that could be a talker or get into controversy because my alignment numbers are 3 when I'm born on February the 1st. Study Rick James' life. He went through a lot of stuff in his early part of his life too. Where Dennis Brown, born the same day I was born, he went through the more musical and was revealing his musical skills through expression. His alignment numbers are 3. That's why he was playing the guitar from a very young age, and he won talent shows from a very young age because that 3 was coming out. Langston Hughes, he's a writer. He turned out to be a writer and an eloquent speaker, born the same day as I was born. Just showing you that these things, these pattern cycles and sequence can come down both positive and negative in a child or an adult's life, because these pattern cycles and sequences are reminding you or giving you indicators that you can attract the positive of that number or the negative, the constructive and the destructive, the ups and the downs of it. It's objective. It's not subjective. So, on that note, family, I want to thank all of my paid sponsors. Let me thank them first. I want to thank my paid sponsors and the ones that I am bartering with. The ones that I'm bartering with is this beautiful sister here, Nina Dunham, Cardology, Astrology, and Numerology. Make sure you text her at 470-775-6434 or go to her website, levinuniversity.com. Get another perspective. If you don't want to do a session with me, get another perspective. Get a perspective from her. Also, I'm bartering with this lady. She's one of my co-hosts. She's my co-host for the Wednesday program. I might be getting another one for a Saturday or Sunday program. I'm thinking about it. Every now and then, like every other, but I like to do my Sunday shows by myself. But this is my co-host for Wednesday. She's Aquarius like me. Her and I interviewed Supernova Islam. If you want to do a tarot consultation with her, please call her or text her at 226-909-8363. That's 226-909-8363. Get another perspective. She also does healing jewelry, and she also does distant Reiki. Get another perspective. These are people that other perspective. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn, who also has his own perspective. Although I'm a student of his from the outskirts. I never really took a formal class, but he has his own perspective. Every man and woman does this thing a little bit different. If you want work from home, this is another paid sponsor, but Lloyd is one of my barter sponsors. He advertised me, I advertise him. Another one of my paid sponsors here. Hire me. Text the word hire me to 770-861-9906. That's 770-861-9906. Currently, they're interviewing people for work from home positions. part-time, full-time, paid daily, company trips, all of that. But you must have a clean record. If you're a knucklehead and you was a knucklehead in your past and you don't have a clean record, don't even contact them. I'm just being real. All right? Don't even bother. Don't even bother. If you want cartomancy, it's a little different than cardology, but cartomancy, Sister Amira is very good at what she does. She's also a Reiki master and a international yoga teacher. If you want to do it online and all that, contact her at 518, text her 518-796-7638, 518-796-7638. Get different perspective, family. It's all right to do so. All right to get different perspective. Let me see. Don't forget, on the 30th, I will be there. I'll be opening up for Sri Master Ghana Grill. Make sure you go to Galacticus. I think Blue Pill is opening up for him on Saturday. And then Sunday, he has his representative opening up for him, galacticus.com, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll be here in Atlanta, Georgia. And remember the Double Dutch Day with Brother Rich, Black Magic 363, Wadada, and Noted Ledge. They're presenting this first annual. They're going to do a family fun thing for free. They're going to hook things up. There's going to be food and all that you can purchase. Like I said, I might be doing some consultations out there to help out and do what I got to do. But we're going to be in the building having a good time anyway. All right? I'm going to be one of the MCs. We're going to have a good time at this Double Dutch thing. You know what I'm saying? I won't be tying up my shirt, though, and double dutching. No, I won't be doing that. We'll be doing that. Tamika Royal, this beautiful sister here, this Taurus energy. I'll be having her coming up on September 1st. She's going to start off the month of September 1st with her energy because she has a corporation called Healing Hoods Corporation. And I can't wait to talk about it because I like people that be about it and don't make up no excuses. They execute. Big up to this acupuncturist master herself, overcoming imposter syndrome and fear of success. Right here on King Simon Presents. She's from the podcast called Naked Healer Podcast. And no, she is not naked on the podcast. So although I'm sure she would look beautiful doing it. You know, if I was her, I would just do it in a robe or something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Naked podcast. Have fun. Do it in a robe. Make it look good. Or a towel. Make it look good. Make it look fun. Make it look interesting. Because you're definitely gonna attract some men and women. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna be on with me September the 8th. I would suggest. So I'll probably call her. Let me suggest something to you, darling. Because sensuality sells. Sensuality and sexuality sells. So you got to know how to. If you want to heal people, you got to give them what they want, so they can want what you have to give. I used to hear that years ago from Elijah Muhammad, Dr. York. All of them said it. Imam Isa and Dr. York, same people back in the 80s. Come on out and celebrate with me. 29 years in promotion and production. Of course, we got Baba Dick Gregory that's going to be there with us. We got Brother Rich that's going to be there with us. We got Red Pill, Blue Pill going to be there. Tassili Ma'ada's going to be there with us. Mama's Cosmic Kitchen going to be there with us. Lorenzo Sanford's going to be there with us. High Heels is going to be there with us also. They're going to be there. They're going to be there, and they're going and all of them are going to say a few words on behalf of Dick Gregory. This will be an all-day event, and it will be at the New Black Wall Street. So come on out, enjoy. Text if you want to vend, text me, and I'll send you the form that myself and Brother Jeff is handling. Group sales for 5 or more people. Group sales of 5 or more people. Text me if you got 5 adults that are coming, older than 18 and older. But if you have any children that are 17 and younger, guess what? They are in there for free because I want them to hear Baba Gregory or Dick or Baba or my brother Dr. B. Serious. They got to hear him. He's not going to be playing any music, but all these people started off young. Brother Rich, myself, we all started out in this knowledge young. So you want to be able to be there, and I want young people to be there. If you're into martial arts, we're going to have a good time. November 9th, Professor Hakeem, and they're doing a tribute to Grandmaster Lumumba with the female versions coming in, the new wave female masters. They're going to be dropping that wisdom from a feminine perspective, so I can't wait to see that. That's going to be hardcore. That's going to be hardcore. That is going to be hardcore. And let me see. Make sure y'all support my son and his recording studio. Big up to Prince Imagine. That's his name. So anytime you meet up with him, talk to him and tell him, yo, your dad be advertising you all the time. Green Studio NYC, him and brother Jeff, they own it. They own and operate it in different parts of New York. They got 3 different studios. So greenstudionyc.com. Make sure you go in there and get all your studio needs done. All right. All right. In closing, remember, get my book. You can book a session with me by texting me your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. My merch is now on Teespring/Numerovation products. And don't forget, boom, my course on Udemy. Just go to udemy.com. That's UDEMY.com. And put in the word Numerovation. I'm the only one that's going to pop up with Numerovation. Everybody's doing numerology, and that's it. I'm the only one doing Numerovation in the world today at this point. I'm going to multiply myself and duplicate myself. It is happening. Right now, it's happening right now. Duplication is happening. So that's what I want Numerovation for the world to duplicate. Get any of my books, and I got more books to come out. I got 6 more books. I got 5 more books to write. Like I tell everybody, I got 5 more books to write, 10 and done. All right. That's my 5 more books to write. So I'm taking my time, but I'm getting it all together. Amazon.com or Linktree/King Simon Numerovator. And if you want this hardcover, every hardcover that I buy, every hardcover that you buy, you will also receive a free Billy Carson book. As long as I got them left, though, because once they sell out, I won't be. But this hardcover is a collector's item, so the price has been $88 for at least 6 months right now, at least 4 months, and it's staying right there because I don't come out and sell those books. Those are collector's items. So if you want any of Billy books, you buy one of those books now. You can get either Fractal Universe. I spoke to Billy today. You can get Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. You can get Epic of Humanity. Or you can get, let me see, what else do I have there? Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, okay? Got the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets also, all right? That's if you want to buy this particular book. Once you buy the hardcover, I send you a free gift from Billy Carson's book collection, all right? All right. Remember what Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. Remember what Dr. Blair said, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Thank you, Dr. B. Dr. B. Make sure you say it right. Dr. B. This has been the spiritual numerovational meaning of and perspective of execution versus excuses, expressed through your brother, King Simon. Love and light to all of you out there. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Thank you for being your great self. Thank you for being strong in what you're doing and whatever is making you strong out there in this realm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you on Instagram. Thank you on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you on YouTube. Thank all of you for being a part of my journey. I want to thank people like Billy Carson and Brother Rich and Elizabeth Carson. I want to thank people like Sonetta. I want to thank my mom and my dad and all my children and all my cousins, all my family, all my aunts and uncles, everybody that has been the wind under my wings, all my true friends from my past, present, and those I have yet to meet in the future. All my relatives of past, present, and those I have yet to meet in the future, because we having babies on this side. I have a 15 grandchildren about to come, a 15 grandchild about to come between November 27th and December 1st. So those are good frequency. That's a good Bruce Lee's birthday and Richard Pryor's birthday. Lordy, 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 lordy. Woo! That's a powerful frequency right there. So wherever it lands, big up to my daughter and her fiance, Keyshawn. Wherever it lands, whatever day it lands, we're going to be there at the baby shower in October. I'll be in New York for the baby shower in October. And more than likely, I might do a book signing and an event at Nicholas on the 27th. Let me look at my calendar. October. Put this on your calendar. Those in New York. I am looking to be in New York in the week of 21st all the way to, so I'm more likely going to do a book signing at Nicholas. Let me write that on my calendar on the 28th and then head back to Georgia after that. Let's see, event in New York. Yeah, why not? Why not? Event in New York. So I might just bring my other leg, my 29th anniversary, the second leg. Yeah, you know what? Let me bring the 29th anniversary second leg to New York also. Why not? 29th. I'm gonna do, because that's where it all started. So I'm gonna do it in New York also. My 28th, 29th, and on my 30th anniversary, it's gonna be a big one in New York only next year. But my 30th, but my 29th, I'm gonna do these two 29s. One with Ashra Kwesi on the 13th of October. Then on the 27th of October, we're gonna go to Nicholas, have a little party, book signing, celebrate, because that's where it all started, in New York. My promotional and production career, that's where it all started. So I want to make sure I honor New York and that vibe. So people that are in New York, we're going to bring it on the 27th. I'm going to confirm that with Monique, and we're going to do it at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And more likely, I'm going to have my books there. I'm going to send books over there so I can sign it and do all that I do over there. So, all right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. I love you because I love myself. Be strong, be focused, stay out of people's business, and stay strong. Okay? Take care.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. That's right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't. Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny. Yes. By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
If you want to be a spiritually dynamic person, it starts with the basics of getting your character in order first.
Join us today for 3 unique presentations. Apotheosis, Friday, August 30th. Ultra Nahata, Saturday, August 31st. Awakenings, Sunday, September 1st. In Atlanta, Georgia, early bird tickets and discount room and group rates are available at events.galacticus.com.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator. Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful, when in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, numerovation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%. Or prosperous, righteous teachers. We gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the class.